Hello and welcome to the show, Premier League Punters, week 14. And here we are. Big man is going to join us. He's just having some technical difficulties. And nice to see Russ. You've joined us this week.
Yes,
Feel very honoured.
Must be Christmas.
Yeah, I'm back. Looking forward to it. It is just around the corner.
It is just around the corner, and Christmas came early with you on the show here, Russ. I have to say, and yeah, very nice. He did deliver his picks actually to I added to bet records, and you did very well. We all collectively did very well. I believe 7 units of profit. And Russ, you've been struggling since the start, but things may have taken a turn. This is a tough week, though. There's definitely some value if you are prepared to go big. How did you get on with this week's card, Russ?
Yeah, I looked through it yesterday and another look today. Yeah, there was a few picks that, again, I thought would probably be the ones that Flash would come up with. But yeah, there was a few that I'm quietly confident with.
Yeah, and I have to ask, where are you? It looks very, very interesting, your background there. Where are you? Where are you reporting from?
I'm reporting from Malta. There's a gaming conference here. And yeah, there's a lovely big Christmas tree right behind my head.
Nice. Flash, the constant man on the show here. Nice to have you here. How are you doing? Good Tottenham win for you there.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out exactly as we thought, and it very rarely does. But I mean, on Saturday evening, yeah, it was exactly as we predicted. Yeah.
I have to say, Huddersfield let us. Well, I luckily stayed away from Huddersfield, but not predicting that Huddersfield win there, 2-0. John Smith. Obviously, very happy, one of our viewers there and a big Huddersfield fan. They're in 15th, and we'll get to that match shortly. But before we do, I am going to pull up our record. I don't know if you've got the graphic here. Big man, welcome. Premier League Punters Week 14. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you guys?
Yeah,
good. We are just about to bring up the record. If we got that one, Fortune Freddy. All right. So, week 14, minus 8.9 units of profit. Up in the top, as he's been all season, is our Flash, 11.9 units of profit. That
was the best bet show, the minus 8.9.
No, it was used the wrong graphic. It is there, and it's minus 1 point. I'm minus 1.1. Big man, minus 7.3, and RS, minus 12.3, but let's see if we can sort that out this week, Russ. All right, gonna start with Cardiff versus Wolves. I think this one has some great value. Flash was on yesterday on the Champions League show, and he gave me an insight into his banker. I was laughing at him until I did my own research. Wolves 2.1, draw 3.2, and Cardiff a mighty 3.8. Flash, I know you're full of confidence on this one. Start us off.
I am, and I'm going to go with the home side. And the reason I'm going to go with the home side is because there's desperation. And the best way I can put it is that Cardiff actually know that they can only play one way, and that's give it their all every single week until May. Listen, I still think they'll fall short. I still think they'll finish either bottom or they'll definitely get relegated. But what I saw in the Wolves side last week was they don't see danger. Because they came up against a side who were scrapping for their lives, put 110% effort in. Don't get me wrong, Huddersfield haven't got great quality. And they outclassed them, they outworked them. And if you outwork a side, that's criminal. So for me, I'm going for this purely on the home side's energy and the home side's desperation to get something against a side that I don't believe actually sees the danger of relegation or relegation dogfight.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Wolves sort of not having the season really we thought, struggling at the moment. They haven't won a match in 5, 4 losses and a draw there. Big man, on this, what's your thoughts on the outrights here? Because definitely amazing value for either Cardiff or even Cardiff and the draw, 1.78.
Yeah, well, I mean, Flash, there's desperate people all around the world, and I'm sure a lot of them try too, but it doesn't always mean they're going to be rich and famous and have everything in the world. Plenty of people try, but it doesn't mean a lot. I'm going to go Wolves at home, 2.2. While I understand Flash's point, Cardiff actually have been okay at home. Defensively, they're not great. I think desperation is good and all. They need to be hungry, but I just don't think they have the quality of players to play up at this level. I'm going to go with Wolves here, 2.2. I'll be confident on that one.
All right, so confident on the Wolves win. So we've divided there. Russ, over to you now. We all seem to be focusing just on the outrights here. Are you looking at goals at all?
Nah, you've read my piece of paper here. Both teams to score at 2.1. That's my play here. Obviously, Cardiff beat Brighton last time out. They're not losing by many. Wolves, as you said, on the other hand, no win in 5. These two played each other last year in a cracking game. The last 5 minutes was mental. I think there was missed penalties and an amazing goal, I think, by Neves that I think won the game for Wolves that all but got them promoted. But I see goals in this one. Friday night, it's live on TV. I just think at 2.1, both teams to score is a little bit of value there.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. In terms of home win, draw away, yeah, I can't be confident with a pick, but I think I am going with goals, and again, I'll be confident that I think there will be goals in this one. Yeah,
I thought it was looking at goals as well here. Over 2.5 goals, 2.47. If you really wanted to be, go for those high odds, the home win and over 2.5 goals is odds of 7. Flash, you didn't think of playing it just that little bit more?
No, I didn't, because I can't. After what I saw from Wolves last week, and let me tell you also that there's a bit of crying in my pocket, because I did an eight team accumulator, and it was 7 out of 7 going on to Wolves. So listen, I was embarrassed for them.
Yeah. Aurelio says both teams to score seems the best approach here. There, so agreeing with you, Russ. I'm going to go for Cardiff and the draw at 1.78. I do agree with you, Flash, but that Cardiff and the over 2.5 goals, might have to have a little sneaky bet on that one as well. Man City versus Bournemouth now. Man City 1.12, draw 12, Bournemouth 24. Man City let us down yesterday against Lyon, but I am predicting them to bounce back here. We've seen them bounce back, and with Liverpool nipping at their toes, this is a must-win. Man City in the over 2.5, big man, has been a play, but at 1.33, there is no value. Have you been able to find value in this match?
Yeah, this Man City was the only side that I didn't get correct yesterday on that Champions League card. And, look, Lyon was good. I mean, the goals got there. But, for this one, I don't know that I understand giving a team like Bournemouth 2.5 goals. I mean, I'm gonna jump on that one here. I can get even money on Bournemouth plus 2.5. Man City are much better than Bournemouth. They're at home. They're very good going forward. We should see plenty of goals here. But I think I see this game like 3-1. Maybe even 2-1. I could see that here. I'm going to rock with Bournemouth. I think when you're getting a team like Bournemouth, this amount of goals, I just think it's just few too many.
Yeah, that was one of my questions as well. Both teams to score here. You get both teams to score 2.1. Man City win to 0, 1.91. So you're obviously predicting Bournemouth to score in this one.
Yeah, I think I see this one 3-1. I mean, that's kind of where I'm going to go with it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Over to you there, Flash. Have you got a play for this one?
No, it's a pass from me. I don't think there's any value. I expect Man City to completely drub them.
Okay. And over to you, Russ. What's your play?
Yeah, I think obviously Man City will win here. Man City, I'm not sure they'll win to 0. I think Bournemouth, attacking-wise this year, they've been very strong at home, and also away they've been scoring. I've got Man City to win and under 4.5 at 1.83. Again, if Man City do take time to score, they'll get a few, but hopefully they won't go too crazy. So yeah, 1.3 Man City and under 4.5.
Yeah, definitely got leans for this match. Man City minus 2.5. I was looking at 1.86, and both teams to score, but it is an official pass for me on that one. Leicester versus Watford. Leicester 2.3, draw 3.3, and Watford 3.5, 10th and 9th respectively. And again, they're both hit or miss teams. I think a possible draw here. I think it could go either of the ways. It is unfortunately a pass again. I just don't feel confident. Flash, we seem to be passing on the same ones. Is this a play or a pass?
No, it's a play. It's a play. I'm gonna row in with Watford. I'm gonna give them another chance. I've not got them right all season. Every time I go for them, they get beat. I go against them. But listen, they are what they are, and I think they're set up really as an away side to hit on the counter attacks. I've said before, I'm not a great fan of this Leicester side, and I think there's a couple of bets to be had. I mean, I'm going to row in with Watford at 3.1, but I think that maybe both teams might score, and so you could go with Watford and the over 2.5, so it brings in the 2-1. But I'm going to just go straight Watford to 3.1.
3.1. I found 3.5 there, so shop around for your odds. Did you see that little video that I posted on Twitter, Flash, of that little moth being burnt by the light bulb?
No, you're giving me some stick over Southampton now, I guess.
I was, but you keep saying that you keep being burnt by this one. It's a little moth being burnt. It's like, ouch, ouch, but keeps going back for more.
Yeah, I'll keep going back.
All right. Okay, big man. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think we've all been burnt at times this year with certain games. But, Natalie, I bet under last week in Leicester's game, and I'm going to go back to it again. I just don't think this team is – they're not very good going forward. I mean, I discussed last week their inability to finish off crosses. They're very good passing the ball, getting the ball into the box, but they don't have a lot of finishers at this group. They don't have a lot of set-piece goals, defensive goals. They lead the league in crosses, but again, very average as far as shots on goal. Watford have also become, been inept to score. Leicester's going under in 4 straight matches. Watford's went under in a few as well recently. I think this game's at worst 1-1. I'm going to go under again, under 2.5 at 1.8.
1.8, yeah. If I had to pick a correct score, to be honest, it would be a 1-1 draw. What do you think, Russ?
1-1 draw for me. I'll take that. Leicester obviously drawn 4 in 5. I can't trust either of these teams to get the job done. So my play's a draw at 3.34, I believe. I'll take the draw in this one. Yeah. Fingers crossed for a 1-1.
Yeah. Eddie Euler says as well, Watford and Leicester near identical records, draw. And I definitely think I'm on this on that page as well. Crystal Palace versus Burnley. Palace 1.63, draw 4, and Burnley 7. Another set of teams without a single win in their last 5. Very low odds there for the home team, Crystal Palace. Burnley, obviously, still not sort of maybe well, no, they're not the team they were last season. Not recovering from their Europa League stint. Hard to bet for or against Burnley, in my opinion. Big man, again, start us off on that one. Obviously, you've bet Burnley in the past. We're staying away from it. How do we play this game?
Well, I think we play it only one way, and I think if you know me, you know where I'm going here. I'm going with Burnley at 7.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I don't really quite understand the number here. I mean, Crystal Palace can't score goals. And I know, people will point, well, big man, Burnley can't keep goals out. But, look, I don't look at Crystal Palace. I'm not in love with them going forward. I mean, Zaha's been in and out of the lineup. I mean, what do you really have with Crystal Palace? I mean, seriously, this is a team that's had trouble scoring goals for a while now. Going back to last year, you look on the season, I think they only have like 7 goals on the season. It's quite disastrous, really. I think Burnley's live in this game, and I just think they're too big of a dog here. Zaha will be in there and play, but he's been knocked and out several different times. Who knows? I'll take a shot with Burnley here at 7.
Wow, going for those odds there. Eddie Euler, wow, identical records again, Burnley and Palace. Russ, what do you like here?
Look, now you said it as well. Neither team can win. Neither team are playing with confidence. Big man, that's a great shout with Burnley. They'll be reeling after that home loss to Newcastle. And they should have no fear going to Selhurst Park because Palace can't score. So if Burnley can nick one, that could have the job done. For that reason, I'm going with 1.8, both teams to score no. And this one, again, we said Palace can't score. Burnley aren't great. Could be a 0-0. Burnley could just get a point just to get the tally up on their points total. So yeah, I don't see many goals in this. Yeah, I'll take that one. 1.8, both teams to score no.
Yeah, I like that one a lot, actually, both teams to score no. Flash, is this a play or a pass for you? Are you also tempted by those higher odds of 7?
No, you could give me 25 on Burnley and I wouldn't be interested after what I saw on Monday night. I mean, Russ just said they've got no fears going to Selhurst Park. They had fear the other night playing at home. I saw at least 3 players take the easy option all night long. Lennon, Lowton, the other fullback. This side has not got any legs, any energy. I'm really, really shocked at what I'm seeing. And if it... listen, when do you ever see Crystal Palace at 1.6 to win at home? That's how bad people have a view on Burnley. But they're going from back to front. They're not even able. The boys in midfield have got no legs to get up and support them. That's why they're not scoring enough goals. I just cannot see anything in this game that, I mean, you had to go with Palace, but you can't go with Palace. So you've got to leave it.
All right, leaving it well alone. Well, talking of Newcastle hosts West Ham Saturday first. They're on a roll, 3 back-to-back wins, Watford, Bournemouth and Burnley. They're at home. I have to say, liking the Newcastle win 2.5 or even a draw no bet. They're at 1.78. Both have leaky defences, though. They average about a goal a match there, possibly both teams to score 1.95. Russ, start us off on this one. Do you think we're going to see both teams scoring?
Potentially, and again, I've got a massive question mark. Can Newcastle make it 4 out of 4? I think the answer is yes. I can't trust West Ham travelling up from the south, and Newcastle, they have got that confidence. And I think, as Rafa said in a few press conferences after they played the Arsenals and Chelseas and Spurs and Man United, they weren't getting beat by many. Although they were getting beat, again, they put up a phenomenal performance at Old Trafford, only to lose in the last minute. Against Arsenal earlier on in the season at home, they lost 2-1. That could have been a draw. Spurs as well, I think, was 2-1. Chelsea as well wasn't... Newcastle weren't poor. Chelsea just managed to get, I think, the goal late on. So, yeah, Newcastle 2.5. Let's do it. Home win.
Yeah, cool. I like your enthusiasm there. 2.5, very nice. If you combine it with both teams to score there, 5.5 you could get. Over to you, Flash. Newcastle at home. Are you on the Newcastle boat?
No, I was. They beat Burnley the other night 2-1, and Burnley were absolute jokes. And honest to God, that I didn't think that Newcastle were that clever neither. It's going to be a pass again, because I think that probably West Ham is your value here, or the unders. So I just can't listen. Benitez is what he is. He's probably one of the best world-class managers for setting up a defensive side. I just don't think either of these sides are very good. I think that I'm going to be sticking to the top 6 or 7 sides throughout, because you know what you're going to get from them. Yeah.
I definitely agree that it's been tough, I think, this round. But I don't know. I just don't think West Ham are sort of are struggling at the moment. I'm with the Newcastle win here for sure. Big man, what do you like in this match?
We got big man.
Yeah, I hate to be brief. I'm passing on this one. This is one of 2 passes I have.
All right. Sometimes the
it's
best
just me and you now on the Newcastle train.
Yeah. All right, moving on to a match that I am interested here to talk about. Huddersfield versus Brighton. I believe we have John Smith watching us. Huddersfield 2.55, draw 3.1, and Brighton 3.3. Huddersfield at home, they're in 15th. The question is do you think we're going to see them and John Smith for another season? Big man, come on. Do you think we're going to see them next season, Huddersfield?
No, per usual. Again, I mean, listen, I'm almost kind of sick of talking about it at this point. Talking about where you are in the standings right now is like, starting out talking about that I'm not going to finish positive because I'm down a few units, 13 weeks in when there's 30 left. Huddersfield aren't good. I don't care that they won a game, once over the last 12 weeks or whatever it is. I'm sick of Huddersfield. I'm sick of spending time having to keep talking about if they'll stay up every week. Natalie, I know you are too, I'm sure. You have to put a good face on. for our fan here. But again, fan
No,
boys are
I want
fine.
them to stay up, our Huddersfield and Johns.
Why?
I'm like,
They're not good
stay
enough.
up, Huddersfield.
I want to watch teams that are good. I'd rather watch. I'll be honest, Natalie. I would rather watch Lincoln City, who's in League Two, over. I'd rather watch Dagenham and Red. I'd rather watch Salford City than Huddersfield. Yeah, I mean Redbridge. Yeah, I mean it's. I'd rather watch those teams than Huddersfield. Huddersfield stink. Nobody cares about Huddersfield except people that live in Huddersfield. They're not going up, and if they do, who cares? Nobody cares anyway. Brighton's beating them. Lock it in. I like fanboys. I get they're going to be around, Natalie, but John Smith thinks they could. God and his 10 disciples could have a set of players, and he would pick Huddersfield. It's kind of getting pathetic at this point. I mean, do you ever pick against them, dude?
Sorry, John Smith. I did try. No love from Big Man.
Does he ever say they're not going to win? Seriously.
That's okay. That's okay. Now, Russ, on Twitter, you did pose the question, do we bet on Huddersfield? Obviously, Big Man is not. He's given his reasons there. What are you doing for this match?
I'm playing the draw at 3.1. I think both these teams know they know each other well from their time in the Championship. So Brighton no win in 3. Huddersfield, can they make it 3 wins in 4? I'm on the fence here. I will play the draw at 3.1. I think this is set up for similarly to just doing another game for Leicester Watford. I think this could actually be 1-1. Either team take the lead, they sit back, and the other team level close to the end. So yeah, 1-1, I think, but I'll play the draw at 3.1 here.
Okay, going for the draw. Flash, is this a play or a pass?
Yeah, I'm going with Brighton. Brighton at 3.3. Take my hat off to Huddersfield last week, but they beat a side that didn't turn up and couldn't be bothered. Defended and worked like an under-10s team. Listen, I actually I went for Huddersfield when they beat Fulham 1-0. But I mean, this game stinks of 0-0. But I'm going to go with Brighton at 3.3. I think they'll be too organised. And one thing that Brighton, you can't accuse them, is they do turn up each week, even if they get beat. They're better than Huddersfield at 3.3. I don't even know why they're not favourite.
Well, 2 losses on the road, no wins in 3 have Brighton.
Yeah.
John Smith, I'm taking Huddersfield, draw no bet at 1.7. I'm dipping my toes in, and we will see what happens. Just dipping. I was going to go the full force, but no, I'm going to dip my toes in. I'm with you, John Smith. Let's Huddersfield keep them up
Go on
for the next season.
Listen, Natalie, this isn't gambling. This is not let's have a fan hour for 6 hours.
Schooled by Big Man. Big Man, I wouldn't take them if I didn't think that there was a chance, and hence why I'm taking draw no bets. No, I think they can do it. I'm not just taking them up because I feel that my voice will, if I bet on them that they will win. So no, I like the bet. 1.7. Not dumb. I do want to be in profit. No, I'm taking it because I believe there is a chance.
Brighton all day now. You know it.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. Southampton versus Manchester United. Now talking about,
talk about fanboys.
Talk about fanboys.
We got our point here.
Well, Southampton versus Manchester United. I have said that I will not bet on Manchester United, but this is a tough one to pass. Manchester United 1.92, draw 3.75, and Saints 4.2. Winless at home there, Saints. Although Manchester United obviously coming from a 0-0 draw, hosting Crystal Palace. Still at 1.92 looks mighty tempting, as does the both teams to score bet, which I've often played with Manchester United, and it come in 1.8. Russ, start us off here. What do you like in this match?
It's a pass for me. I just cannot trust Manchester United. I know obviously they're off a last-minute win at home to Valencia, so at home to Young Boys in the Champions League last week. Again, you look at it on paper, how they can't beat a Crystal Palace team that are just really, really poor. And again, going to Southampton, they've got a phenomenal record there, but I just can't trust them. And Southampton, again, no wins at home. Again, they are playing a little bit better than they were at the start of the season, but it's a pass from me.
All right, first pass, interesting. Flash, are you playing or passing this one?
I'm passing. You can't trust either side. Southampton did well last night, put a good performance in, drew 0-0 with Leicester in the Cup, played very well at Fulham, scored 2 goals. Anytime you score 2 goals away from home, you expect to get something. They let in 3 schoolboy errors. Not for me. I'll just move on.
Really? Okay, interesting. Big man, what are you going for?
Big man, he's got a smile.
You gotta love when Flash the fanboys talking about, oh, they scored 2 goals, but they gave up 3, so it was an honorable performance. Come on, Flash, give me a break. Listen, now they're playing United, who, for all the issues with United, they're still got many better players than Southampton. Southampton are going down. I think they are definitely going down. They've been awful at home. United 1.92. That's my banker this week. I really like this play. United 1.9.
Yeah, the question is do I jump on? Do I jump on? I'm going Manchester United and both teams to score as well, of odds of 4. And yeah, that little, you go check out my Twitter. It's that little Kit Kat moth advert. It's like, take a break, have a Kit Kat of the little moth going in. I thought it was really funny. Flash always going for his mighty Saints, but always letting him down. Yes, I'm going to, I think I will. If I go for Manchester United, Saints will probably win. That's the problem. Chelsea versus Fulham. Chelsea 1.17, draw 8.6, and Fulham 19. Obviously, Chelsea suffering a massive defeat there against Tottenham. They will want to bounce back. They're hosting bottom of the league there, Fulham. They've scored the most, 18 on the road. So we could be seeing a lot of goals there from the Chelsea home side. Start us off on this one, Flash. Chelsea win to 0, Chelsea -2. What bets are you looking at?
Yeah, something like that. I'm with Chelsea. I'm with Chelsea and under 3.5 at 2.4. I've got 2 official plays, and I've also got Chelsea win to 0 at 1.95. I think Chelsea will just make sure that they get themselves sorted out. Fulham haven't got the players to either hurt Chelsea, and also the reason that Tottenham did so well and the reason Everton did so well, Stamford Bridge and obviously last week at Wembley, was because they pressed Chelsea. Fulham can't afford to press Chelsea because they'll get cut to ribbons. So for me, Chelsea to win and under 3.5 at 2.4 and Chelsea to win to 0 at 1.95, both official. Okay,
both official. 2 for the match. Big man, Chelsea versus Fulham. What do you like?
Yeah, I like win to 0 here. I mean, Fulham have really had issues against the top sides. You know, really they've had issues against everybody. But I've noticed against the top sides they're getting shut out generally. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this, Natalie. I'm going to go Chelsea and under 4.5 at 1.75. Not saying flashes won't come in. Just nice having that extra goal there. I don't see 5-0 or 4-1 or anything. So I'm going to go Chelsea and under 4.5. 1.75 at Ladbroke.
All right, okay, and this is it's a type of bet that Russ is owning pretty quick. This the result and the under something. Is that where you're headed as well for this one?
I think Ranieri is going to get them right up for this. It's a London derby. I'm going both teams to score at 2.0. I think now Tom Cairney's back in the team. He makes a massive difference for them going forward. Yes, they scored 3 against Saints. Is this a free shot for them? Yeah, I think it is. So, yes, they may get beat 2, 3, 4, 5 if they can't defend, but I think they can score. So, yeah, both teams will score at 2.0. Official play. I think they'll get one.
Ooh, interesting.
And also,
okay.
And also remember, Chelsea conceded 3 at Spurs, and defensively, with the keeper, I didn't think he had a good game, and obviously Luiz didn't have a good game. Spurs could have got a few more, so I think Fulham can nick one. Mitrovic is the top striker. They've got Schürrle as well. And I said for me, Tom Cairney, now he's back. He does pull the string, so I think they'll nick one.
Yeah, interesting stuff. But it was against Tottenham. We're now talking about Fulham. Slightly different in calibre. I have to say that 2 official plays, Chelsea -2, 1.86, and Chelsea to win 2-0. head to head with you there, Russ, but let's wait and see. One of us will be right, so that's always the best thing.
Three, you might be right.
And interesting, because we've got all these derbies, don't we? We've now, obviously, next one, Arsenal versus Tottenham, North London derby. Arsenal 2.6, Tottenham 2.7, and the draw 3.6. Those odds with 10bet, and Team Bankroll has a special promotion code. A link is in the description, or you simply enter SBR 10bet or SBR 10bet UK, depending on where you are in the world. Now, a fact here: last 3 derbies have been 1-0 by the home side. I think this will be different on this one. If you look at the both teams scoring over 2.5 goals bet, it's 1.8. As single bets, it is super low. So obviously, goals predicted in this match. Flash, you called Tottenham. Are you calling them again?
Exactly the same format. Exactly the same. Can Tottenham handle Arsenal's front 3, front 4? Probably a lot better than the Arsenal back 4 to the runners and the movement of Spurs. I think Spurs will dominate midfield. I think they've got far too much legs. And I think we're getting to a stage of Arsenal where they don't actually know what their best side is. Some of the players are not playing, some of the players are in, but the one thing you can't deny is they haven't got a decent defence. They don't keep clean sheets. They got held 1-1 at home to Wolves. They were lucky as anything away at Bournemouth last week. I watched the game intently because I had a double with Spurs. And they got away with murder. So for me, it's just a no-brainer. Don't complicate it. Tottenham 2.7.
All right, don't complicate things. 2.7. Over to our Arsenal fan. I'm guessing you'll be at... Oh, no, you're in Malta. You will not be at the game. You'll be missing this one.
No, I'll be there. Sunday, I'll be there.
Yeah, you will.
I'm back in London.
And there's no way... Let me just interrupt, Russ. There is no way on this earth he is going to mention anything positive about official play and Spurs. All right? Let me just tell you that now. It's against the religion. He wouldn't be allowed in the place he lives, never mind his own home. Over to you, Russ.
Again, it's official play is the draw at 3.74. Because if you look at the 3 out of the last 4 games at the Emirates, they've been a 1-1 draw. And funnily enough, Spurs have actually not won at the Emirates since 2011. In all competitions. Arsenal have beaten Spurs in the FA Cup, I think once or twice at the Emirates over the last 6 or 7 years. Spurs have got the best away record in the Premier League, and I was very close to honestly looking at it and going, Spurs are the value, because they're a fantastic team. I look at the way Arsenal played at home to Liverpool, and they should have beaten them. They were superb the first half. They conceded a silly goal, and then Arsenal got a leveller late on. And if Arsenal play the way they did against Liverpool, they'll cause Spurs a lot of problems. And if they play like that, which I think they will, I think this can be a draw. Can Arsenal win? Yeah, like Arsenal won last year. Spurs didn't turn up last year at the Emirates. Arsenal won 2-0. Spurs will turn up this year. Their front 3 are all firing. Son, Ali, Kane. Defensively, they're pretty strong. In the midfield, they are. But if Arsenal can turn up, which I'm sure they will, I think will be a draw. So that's the play.
Yeah, I feel Spurs are a bit better this season. They're in better form. But Cheek the Toasty says, "Big man waiting to explode. Go on, big man, let it out."
I'm actually not. I was gonna explode on Russ if he gave Arsenal, but he didn't. So. I'm actually... Listen, I got to tell you, Russ is a guy that I respect a lot because he will go... In sports betting, you have to be willing to bet against your team. And I think he sees that there's value on another side, and he's able to extenuate himself and do that. But, yeah, for me in this game, I'm going with Tottenham. I think Arsenal are a team that, I hate to say it, I think they kind of are what they are. They beat a lot of bad teams, and they played well, and I'm going to give them the respect. They haven't lost in 17 straight games, but you look at some of the games where they have stepped up in competition. I respect Russ a lot, but the truth of the matter is, and they did draw Liverpool. That's fine. But you look at it against Chelsea, they lost. You look at it against Manchester City, they lost. In the few times that they've stepped up this year, they've either won or drew, and in 2 of those games out of 3, they lost. For me, I'm going with Tottenham. This is obviously heated rivalry. I can't wait to watch this one. But I like Tottenham with the value here, 2.75. I just think they're a better side overall.
Yeah. I agree with you. And Shane says, depends how tough a night Spurs have at Wembley against Inter. Something to bear in mind for those watching after we have recorded this live. The Spurs have not played yet at Inter, so we cannot count for any injuries, or obviously we do not know the result yet. So do bear that.
Have I been muted?
Pardon? I'm muted.
Can I come in there then? No, I must have been muted because I asked if I could come in about 5 times on that. Then
I think you actually were muted because
sorry.
4 of you. We can't have 4 at the same time, so you were actually muted in my ear.
My hand up. Oh, sorry, Nat. Yeah, the thing is, that's a fallacy what they're saying there about having a tough game against Inter Milan, because they've got 2 right backs, they've got 2 left backs, they've got 5 centre halves, they've got Winks. They've got Sissoko, they've got Dyer, they've got Ericsson, Mora, Son, Lamella, Kane. I mean, how many teams can you put out? They've got 5 players that would walk into nearly every single side in the Premier League sitting on the bench. And that's why Tottenham are doing so well, is because they're being kept out by players that are actually producing on the pitch. So it's regardless of how they get on tonight.
All right, well,
totally agree with that, Flash. Totally agree with that. And obviously, big man, just on Arsenal's 2 defeats, obviously they came very, very on in Emery's tenure, home to City, away at Chelsea, where against Torreira and Xhaka hadn't been able to get that partnership. So I think they have got that partnership now. And yeah, that midfield battle on Sunday will be great to watch. Torreira fighting the challenges. And
I have nothing but respect
and Xhaka in there as well.
I've really, I love the way they're playing. I think Emery's been terrific. I just look at a team like Tottenham, and I think their defense is just better than Arsenal's. I still don't know if I trust, some of those in the back. Is Bellerin a guy that long term is going to continue to play like this? Shkodran Mustafi's been horrendous. So I'm still not totally sure yet. I know Tottenham's going to give me some really good defense at the back. So I think that's the edge here. I'll go on that.
All right. And yes, there is a mute when I'm in the studio, and 3. But for the people listening at home, they hear everybody's videos. I like Spurs draw no bet at 2.03. Again, I like that sort of dipping in case of the possible draw, because I think that is very live. Also like the classic here, both teams to score over 2.5 goals at 1.82 official plays. Finally now, I think this is our final one. The Merseyside derby, Liverpool versus Everton. Liverpool 1.4, draw 5, Everton 9.5. 2nd and 6th. Everton obviously struggling on the road. I think Liverpool there, stick that in your racker. In the last 6 encounters, Liverpool have won 4, drawn 2. Start us off here, Russ. What are you going for?
This is a tough one. And Flash, I know what you said about Spurs and obviously playing tonight and obviously Sunday with the quality they have. Liverpool, again, this is a huge game for them tonight at Paris, and I think this could have an effect on how they turn up on Sunday. The official players, Liverpool 1.91 and over 2.5. I think there'll be plenty of goals. Everton, they played really well at Arsenal. They didn't come away with anything. Away from home, they're just not getting the luck. They really need to turn up here. It's a Merseyside derby, but Liverpool's front 3, whichever 3 they put out, I think they will be strong enough. I think they will get the job done. Look, Man City will beat Bournemouth, and the pressure will be on Liverpool. This is a must-win for Liverpool if Man City win, which I think they will. Otherwise, City pull clear away, and Liverpool won't be able to sort of drag them back in. I think as Liverpool, they're only 2 points behind now. Yeah. Liverpool need to keep winning. The pressure is really on them if they want to win this title, which I don't think they will, but they've got to keep winning. So the pressure is on them. I think they will get it done over 2.5 in Liverpool.
Yeah. Big man here. Obviously, it is a must win, but it is a derby as well. What is your bet?
I'm actually passing on this. I don't want to get involved. I like Liverpool at home, but the price is too low, and I actually like Everton too. So I'm passing on this one.
All right, it is a pass. Flash, playing or passing?
Yeah, I'm playing. Liverpool versus Everton is a golf, especially the way that Everton are defending. I'm going for Liverpool -1 at 2. And if you ask me what I think the score is, I think it'll be 2-0, and I think it'll be comfortable. So Liverpool -1 at 2.
Yeah, a European handicap there, so it's -1.5 there on the Asian handicap. I'm going Liverpool and the under 4.5 goals at 1.8. You didn't like that one, Russ? The one you like to play?
Nah, I think there'll be goals. It's a Merseyside derby. I think Everton can score, and obviously Liverpool, I think we know, definitely will.
Yeah, all right. Okay, for the record, we are going to run through our official plays, if you guys want to write them down, and they will be added to our bet record. Start us off, big man, if you can. What are you going for? Week 14 Premier League matches.
I'm on Wolves 2.2 to beat Cardiff, Burnley 7 to beat Palace, Brighton 3.35 to beat Huddersfield, Leicester, Watford under 2.5, 1.8, Bournemouth +2.5 goals at 2, United 1.92 against Southampton, Chelsea and under 4.5, Tottenham 2.75 against Arsenal. My banker is United to beat Southampton 1.92. My 2-team parlay, I'm going to go with Chelsea and under 4.5 and Brighton.
And Brighton. Okay, Flash, what do you have for us this week?
Cardiff 3.75, Watford 3.5, Spurs 2.7, Liverpool -1, 2, Chelsea and under 3.5 at 2.4, Chelsea win to 0, 1.95, Brighton to win at 3.3. My banker is Cardiff at 3.75, and my parlay is Spurs at 2.7 and Chelsea to win to 0 at 1.95. And just to add to that, this is a little fun one. Have a little bit on a red card in the Arsenal-Tottenham game. Mike Dean is the referee, and if you had to pin it, and I've just got my crystal ball out, Kolasinac, red card.
All right, and Russ, finally to you there over in Malta. What have you got?
Right, we've got Cardiff Wolves, both teams to score at 2.1. Palace Burnley, both teams to score no at 1.8. Huddersfield Brighton draw at 3.05. Leicester Watford draw at 3.34. Man City Bournemouth, Man City win and under 4.5 at 1.83. Newcastle West Ham, Newcastle win 2.5. Southampton Man United no play. Chelsea Fulham, both teams to score at 2.0. Arsenal Spurs will play the draw at 3.74. And Liverpool Everton, Liverpool and over 2.5 at 1.91. The banker will do Cardiff Wolves, both teams to score at 2.1. And the parlay will go for Arsenal Spurs draw and Leicester Watford draw.
All right, nice. Okay, I'm going to go for Cardiff in the draw at 1.78. I'm going for Newcastle draw no bet at 1.78. Huddersfield draw no bet at 1.7. I'm going to take Manchester United 1.92. I'm going to take Chelsea -2 and Chelsea to win to 0 at 2.05. Arsenal versus Tottenham, both teams to score in the over 2.5 goals at 1.8. Spurs draw no bet at 2.03, and Liverpool and the under 4.5 goals at 1.8. My accumulator bet is going to be Liverpool and Spurs draw no bet at 2.03, and my banker bet, why not Manchester United? If I'm going to play them, let's go hard or go home. There we go. Week 14 bets are in the bag, and just in time now to go and watch the rest of the Champions League matches. Thank you to everybody watching. Of course, Team Bankroll, full house today. Flash, Russ, and Big Man. Give them a follow. Their Twitter handles are in the description below this video. I put them there myself, so give them a follow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Good luck, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers, and you.